What do I do? Race car driver?
Kyle Ellwood leads the way.
Mechanic. I'm a husband. Yeah, that's pretty much what I am. Kyle Ellwood. Started when I was like 5. I think 2000, probably I'd say. Medford Speedway, I'll never forget it. You know, my dad always wanted me to race. You know, he done it. And I remember waking up on Christmas and there was a go-kart, you know, and I'm like, wow. I couldn't race it at the time because I was too young. I was probably 4 and a half, 5. To get me going, he took me to Riley Avenue School, which was the local school in the parking lot. Had me riding around, and I got the hang of it, and I'll never forget, like, I started getting decent at it, and I got a little cocky, and there was a couple of his friends were there watching me, and I was watching them instead of watching where I was going, and I remember I hit the curb in this flat cart and went up on the thing. I was crying, my dad comes over. See, that's why you gotta pay attention. You know what I mean? You're showing off. And I'm like, I'll never forget that little incident that I had in that parking lot.
Oh, Morbido into the back of the 09. Around goes Kyle Ellwood.
I ran up until I was probably 8 or 9. I got into an accident at Riverhead. They used to have like foam barriers they'd stick up for the go-karts because of the speed, you know? At the time, my dad bought me the best shit you could buy. Probably put himself in a bad spot just to see me go out there, and I was deathly afraid of this. So there was a time where I just started doubting myself, like, what am I even doing? You know, I'm not competitive, so like, I'm just out here endangering myself, you know, like when you're not competitive, you don't feel like a place. I didn't really care for it as much, and then I wrecked once, and I hit the concrete wall, the foam got opened up, and I went right into the concrete, broke my hand. That was it for me. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go play lacrosse. Maybe that'll be better for me. Did that for 2 years. In the meantime, my dad's like, well, you know, if I'm not spending money in you race, I'm going back racing then. If you're done, I'm getting back in. So I'm like, yeah, gosh, go for it, you know?
Look at Ellwood. Ellwood and Morbido.
I watched my father get back in at like 13, you know, and he went out there and he won one race. And I'm like, that's kind of cool, you know? In 06, he won. I'm like, man, you know, maybe he wasn't wrong back in the day. He got it done, you know? And he pursued it the next year, won 3 times in the championship. Now I was like, it kind of got me back into it again because I was his fan now, and that sucked me back in. And that was the rebirth of like my career. I got back into it again, and I had a lot of help from a lot of good people. 2009, I got into Legends. So I was 14 at the time, and they announced they were gonna let kids 14 run Legends Chargers and Pro Trucks. And my dad's like, great, we have one, you know? Like, you can run my car. Well, 2010 was my first year in a Legend. I got my first career win, 2011 on Father's Day. I came out swinging, man. We won like 5 races at Riverhead. I won the track championship. I won Turkey Derby. I won Nelma. All in 2012, like my second full-time year. It was pretty cool. That got me where I'm at, you know.
Trying to come through this field right now. He's behind the 20 car of Riley O'Keefe.
When I was younger, you know, the difference was, like I said, I had a lot of fear, you know what I mean? And like, if you're not competitive and you're not competing, you feel like you don't have a place. You gotta have the right attitude too, and like, that's a big thing in racing. You have to come into it with the right mindset, thinking you're gonna finish 10th. You're gonna finish 10th. You need to start that race thinking you're gonna win. Just like I said, I watched my dad do it. That was maybe the switch that got me to, you know, I wanted to win. I wanted to be in victory lane. That's all I wanted. And like with the budget I had to start with, that really wasn't an option to more or less just go out and make the race, you know? So I was fortunate enough to race 1 year with that, you know, 2, and then get put into some good equipment where I could actually perform. And once you get to that point and you're in that equipment, your confidence is there, and that's the biggest thing. The desire to win is what happened. I went from not having that to having that.
Now Morbido with a look to the inside of Dallas.
Great drivers and good drivers, I mean, I don't know. You just have to have the feeling in the car to know what to do to make it better. If you don't have that, you could run decent, but like to be dominant, you know, I feel like you got to be one with the car. It's all repetition, you know, that too. The more you do it, the better you get. I run a Legend car. We went there, brand new car, just built it. Everything was brand new. We went out in the first round of practice. I saw some smoke coming out of the left side, shooting out of the fender, so I'm thinking, okay, maybe I got some rubber caught in the header. Come off the tire, got lodged in the header. Happens, you know? So I'm like, okay, roll out of the throttle. And I start to see smoke getting heavier, and then it turned into flames. They were probably like here. So I was like, holy, this thing's on fire. Like, this isn't tire. I'm on fire. What do you do when you're on fire? You know, to me, I mean, I've never been on fire, so the first thing I thought is I gotta get out of this thing now. I'm going full speed, so I just bailed it off into the wall. Like, I was close enough to it. I'm like, this will stop me. I didn't think far enough that the fire was on the left side, and I just ran the car into the right side wall. So now I can't get out that side. I gotta get out this side. So I opened the door up and the flames are just roaring. And I'm like, okay, I gotta go through. Like, how else do I get out? I had my mask open because I always drive with it open. It's just a thing. They always say fire sucks the oxygen out. Like, when I was in that thing, I couldn't breathe. You have a hard time breathing. So that kind of freaked me out. So I was trying to get out of the thing, and I never took the steering wheel off. I got like stuck, had to get back in, took the wheel off, and I threw it. It was a brand new wheel, $400 wheel. I winged it across the track. And I got out of the car, you know what I mean, went through the firewall, and I'm standing, I'm freaking out, I'm shaking. The fire crew was like on lunch break or something. I'm sitting there and I'm just watching this thing burning. Where are these guys? Like, I've been on fire for like, gotta be 15, 20 seconds, no one realized. And I'm looking around, there's not a truck moving. I'm like, okay, I guess I'm gonna hang out here. Here they come. So they come over, come on, my burning down here. Whatever, they took care of it. They got the fire put out, but that was definitely one of my scariest moments, you know? You don't wanna play with fire. Now the season's coming, and we got to put it in high gear and get to work. Last year, you know, like I said, we had a really good first season out with the team. You know, we got some wins, and we got a lot of good data. And I'm just looking to transcript that over into this year and just keep going where we left off. If we could start off where we left off, we should be in good shape. We were on a roll. So if we could just keep that momentum going, that's everything in racing. It's momentum, it's morale, it's momentum, it's teamwork. And as long as you have all that in play, it kind of falls in. I think that we have what we need. We got the right concoction to do it, and we got the right tools. So I think that it's going to be a good season. I want to win another modified race. Like, that's what keeps you coming back. Like, that feeling when you win, I'll never forget when I crossed the finish, you know, when I won my first modified race. Like, that was the most mind-blowing 3 minutes of my life. I'm just lucky I get to do it every week, you know. And I'm looking forward to this year. Our first season with this team last year, and I think that coming out with 2 wins was pretty good. You know, we started off a little rocky, but who doesn't when you're new? We got off on the right foot towards the end of the year there. I'm looking forward to the 26 here.
Oh, Morbido into the back of the 09. Around goes Kyle Ellwood.